Um, so one of the things I want to do here is, for you guys to really enjoy the content and following along with the journey. I want you guys to see the behind the scenes. A lot of people on YouTube, they present, a certain image that they want to present. Um, Always happy like me, maybe not quite like me. Hey guys, right? Um, I think a lot of them, when they do that, it's actually not really genuine. I'm sure there's some people that are like that. I'm not the only person who's like that, but for me, it's genuine. I'm that I, like when you see me happy and motivated, like that's how I am. People that know me, that's how they know me. Always sort of joking around, good sense of humor, motivated, and that kind of thing. But I am human, like everyone else is, and you know, I think it's important to let people see the positives and the negatives, right? So they don't get this false sense. It's like when you look at these magazines and all these perfect bodies and perfect looking people, and then it's like Photoshop, and then people think it's real and they try to strive towards something that's not even real, right? Um, so the reality is, yes, I am very motivated. I'm a very happy person in general, but I'm a human living the same life that you're living in terms of the reality of being a human living on this planet Earth, living modern society. So it's got its ups and downs. Today was a day. Well, I put in 20 plus hours of coding straight. I really pushed hard in the last couple of days, and you gotta be balanced. It's very important to be balanced because you push too hard, you can burn out. And maybe a little bit of that happened. But my thing is, if you really want to get maximum results, you have to be willing to go to the edge. How can you know that you're on the edge if you don't go far enough that you actually start to fall over the edge a little bit? Now, I think the trick is to stay. You don't want to fall over the edge because that's when you burn out and crash and burn, right? But in order to know where that limit is, you've got to go right up to the limit to where you start feeling the effects of going over the limit, and that tells you like, okay, I need to back off a little bit, right? So that means you got to be able to be willing to dance with the devil of being burnt out, right? So I might have went a little bit too far. I mean, 20 plus hours of coding in 2 days is a bit excessive. People do 40-hour work weeks. For me to do 20 plus hours, that's what half a half a week's work, half a week's worth of work in 2 days. So that's yeah, it's a little insane. So anyway, so I started today a little bit. First of all, the latest day I got up, I didn't get up. I kind of woke up at like 5:20 or so, but then I fell back into my not getting out of bed thing. I was like, just a little bit more, and then I dozed off. Next thing you know, it was 7:30. My alarm went off for the first time in a week, where my alarm went off and I was still in bed. I was like, wow, okay. And then I got out and I just didn't feel. I don't know. I just didn't feel all that peppy. Yeah, let's go do some coding. I just didn't have that. And you're not gonna always be that way. That's life, right? Ups and downs, man. And then I got into my coding today, and everything is just a mess. Everything that not everything. I'm thinking negative, but a lot of stuff that I try to work on, I'm getting all kinds of errors. I can't figure this out. I can't figure that out. And that's just been the general pattern of the day. Like nothing is really, again, not nothing, but a lot of things are not really working out the way that I wanted in terms of coding. Like I'm just getting a lot of problems. I'm making a lot of mistakes, and just not very productive coding day at all, right? And then as I'm debugging yet something else again, this happens, right? So, well, I was trying to debug the code, right? So I ran it with a debugger, and so I'm stepping through the code, and then this happens. All of a sudden, like my keyboard goes crazy, and it's doing that. So then I unplug the keyboard, plug it back in, and then this happens. So I got no lights, no nothing. Unplug it, plug it back in, same thing. If you look at the mouse is lit up, getting power, but you can see the infrared, there's nothing, right? Nothing. The cursor is gone. I can't tab around or alt control delete, right? If you look at the computer, I don't know if you're able to see this. You can see there's activity, and it's been doing that for 15 minutes, maybe. Like, what could the computer be doing for 15 minutes to where it's completely locked up? I mean, it's obviously, stuff is happening. It's not completely frozen. So the code that is my software, the operating system, is still functioning or doing something. Maybe it's like an infinite loop. I don't know. But it's still alive somehow, but I'm unable to interact with the computer. So at that point, so after a whole day of just like problems and none of my code is working, I said, you know what? Let me stop fighting things, right? I worked really hard the last couple of days. I'm proud of that, but maybe it's time for a break, right? Maybe that's the sign the universe or whatever is telling me take a break. So that's what I decided to do. So I found this new series on Netflix called Bodyguard. Seems pretty good so far. And I'm relaxing, sitting back and watching Bodyguard. I'm gonna perhaps waste today. Well, not wasting because I'm your health is important, right? And if I'm burning out, I'm getting frustrated, I'm not being productive, then it is more beneficial for me to take a break and then get back into things when I'm ready. All right. So what I can do is I can turn today into my Saturday and then tomorrow into my Friday. So whatever I didn't get done today, I can do tomorrow. And the rest of the day today, I'm actually gonna take a break for once. Again, working really hard this week, and I think I earned it. And that's sort of the attitude to take, when appropriate, right? You work really hard, you start to burn out, things aren't working your way. Take a breather, right? Don't let it stress you out. Go to the gym, be physical, get outside, spend some time with a loved one. Um, you know, do whatever it takes, man. So anyway, let me get back to my show here. I was also thinking that while I'm watching this, the computer can figure out whatever it's figuring out in terms of why it's stuck. Maybe eventually it will come back and I can recover it. I really don't want to do a hard reboot, but whatever. I'm not even worried about it because I'm not using the computer right now. I am watching my show. All right, guys. Have a great weekend if I don't see you guys. CPU Squad!